Do you want to start?
I guess so. You're
Do
fucking saying
the
shit.
no? Do you want to do the honors?
Hey everybody, what's up? Long time no see. It's been a while.
It sure has.
Did you miss me? Did you miss this beautiful voice?
I know you missed my voice.
If you did, there's other videos. There's other videos you can watch. We're still there.
That's like a year old.
Before we get into today's episode, if you're a fan of anything and everything related to nerd culture, then you've come to the right place. We also talk about other things as well. Seeing that it's only myself and Grin, we will be uploading once or twice a month. At least we'll try.
We'll try. No promises.
With that said, let's get into today's episode.
So let me tell you about what's going to happen today. Coco had the brilliant idea of saying, hey, why not we discuss genres, our favorite genres and what we like about the genre and what we hate about the genre and stuff like that. And then a couple months later, we decided to do the podcast idea.
1 year later. I swear, it feels like it's been forever.
It's been like 3, maybe 4, because it's about to be April.
He lied to you, everybody. He lied. He said, we'll see you next month, but he lied.
I don't think I said that. That sounds like something you'd say.
Let's rewind back from our last episode.
Watch. Right there. You see that?
No, see,
right
I was
there.
right. He was wrong, as always.
You had to watch the entire thing just to see if I said this, and I didn't even say it. Okay.
Don't fast forward.
Yeah, no, we're still here.
So to go back, it did start off with a question he asked me pertaining to Disney. But when he brought that up, I figured, hey, let's do something similar to that, but with like different genres of movies. And we can, instead of just talking about a movie we don't like, let's talk about a movie we like and a movie we don't like, depending on the genre. So the two genres we're going to be focusing in on today.
There's 3.
No, 3. Oh, so you decided to go with the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though technically when I said it, you were like, that's not a genre, which you're right.
I'm going with that one.
But would you still want to do family?
No.
Like kid friendly?
We'll get there when we get there. Okay. There's going to be 3
right.
genres we're talking about. First up, I wanted to say this is a fairly rough one. I don't really watch a lot of movies, so when it comes to picking a movie that I hated, or maybe, dislike more than other, it'd probably be just, mindlessly watching whatever, not actually like vividly fucking hate. Well, I mean, there's a couple on this list. I'm pretty good at hating things. Also, I wanted to say that the defining genres things is a bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
It really is.
Kind of like what I was alluding, or what you were alluding to. I really enjoy animated movies, but
I feel like that's all he enjoys.
I don't think animation is a genre. According to the editors of filmsite.org, animation, documentaries, silent films, and Zorn. You know what Zorn is, right?
Mm-mm.
Don't Google it. It's just, it's porn, but it's my PG way of saying porn. But,
you just say it. This is no sensitivity here.
Are apparently non-genre based film categories. So I guess that would put them in their own category. Because you can have like an animated comedy or like a porn comedy. Have you seen
Lord.
that? There's a couple of pictures of it floating around. There's like a Pokemon porn parody. The chick's all
okay.
It's Pikachu. Pikachu.
I think the very first one was like Pirates of the Caribbean or some like parody.
Maybe. But yeah, those are some genre breaking kind of categories there. But I guess we can start with one of the ones that I told you about earlier.
Okay, so let's start off with action.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, every man's favorite genre, action. So, Grin, what is your favorite and most hated, or that's too strong of a word. Let's just say an action movie you don't like, and why?
Well, I gotta say, I put action on this list because it's probably one of my least liked genres. I feel like all the movies follow a specific formula. I mean, like every single movie kind of follows the formula, but it's so obvious with action movies. It starts getting all the samey to me. So if the stories are the same, then I mean, the stories can be the same. It's just how you tell the story. But if they're all told the same way with your shaky camera and your explosions and the guy saves the chick and that's it, he overcomes this bullshit, then it's okay. It's whatever. It took me a while to figure one out, but I have to say, and I combined it together. It's two films, but I put them together. I really enjoy Kill Bill. Kill Bill is one of my favorite action movies.
And why?
I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I feel like this is not why I liked it, but I feel like there was a lot of foot stuff in it, wasn't there?
Foot stuff?
Yeah, like that. There's that. I know there's that one director who's got a foot fetish, but was it that guy who made Kill Bill? Because there's like this whole extended scene where you're like looking at her feet and she's like trying to wiggle her toe.
Oh.
Oh, I also like the part where she punches through the fucking like coffin. That shit was cool. Oh man. And fucking when she snatches that bitch's eye out.
Oh yeah.
What a good movie. Do you want me to go ahead and say my least favorite one, or you want to do your
Of course.
first favorite?
No. Of course. Let's do both for you.
All right. In that case, my least favorite action movie, and man, it's kind of rough because I remember sort of liking them when I was younger, but I would have to say, anything from the Fast and Furious series. I feel like it's just gone downhill so far. Maybe some of the older ones were pretty good, but like, man, I don't remember the one that I saw that was just like, this is it. It's over. Nobody's gonna watch Fast and Furious anymore.
Oh my god. Oh, I'll wait for my turn. So okay, so it's the Fast and the Furious. You said right that
I'd probably go with I just feel like at this point it just doesn't have enough substance to warrant any more sequels. They've kind of done everything they needed to do.
Even though they're making their last one, I believe it's their last one, which is 10. So 10 Fast and the Furious movies. 10. But you said that's one that you don't like.
Right. It's the Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious. This is the order you should watch them in, by the way. This is not the order they came out. Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Furious 7, The Fate of the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, whatever the fuck that is, and F9.
Oh my god.
Like I said, fast cars and illegal street racing, it can only get you so far, man. But if you're going to force me to pick one out of that list, I would probably say Tokyo Drift, because I feel like that's the one that didn't do well out of all of those. But I remember that song so clearly from that movie.
Honestly, at this point, I would like to just say, you know what? Screw that. And you just say that you didn't like, I would say, all of the movies. Don't pinpoint it to just one single movie. So you don't like the entire franchise at all whatsoever. Not even the first one.
Sorry, family. Well, I mean, like I was saying, I do like some of them. I do like the older ones.
Okay. That's so hilarious.
Is it?
It is, because now, if you're done, let me know if you're done, because I don't want to interrupt you.
And like I said before, I haven't seen a lot of movies, so this is only based off of things that I've seen. There could be a completely like terrible action movie out there. Like, what was that one Incredible Hulk ripoff where the guy's all purple and he's running around and shit?
What? That sounds like a total B-rated movie. I have no clue what you're talking about. Well, this is hard, especially for me, because I've seen so many movies. I love watching movies. I love watching TV shows and yada, yada, yada. Y'all know that. So it's very hard for me to pick just one movie that I
So you didn't
like.
even pick one?
Oh, no. I did pick one. Shocking, I know, right?
Yes, I'm very shocked.
Very, very shocking and very painful. I will say that it was very painful because there's so many movies I like. But at the same time, there are a handful of movies that I don't like. But for the movie that I like, action movies,
Yes.
at the moment,
I think I have a feeling.
it could easily change because it's one of these things where I have to really take some time digging around and kind of put the movies that I have seen that kind of either hold a special place in my heart somehow,
Are you gonna say Logan?
or just a movie I just like. But at the moment, I will have to say, because I was torn between two different movies, but John Wick is my favorite action movie.
Really?
Yes.
What was the other one?
Kingsman.
Really? I thought Logan was gonna be up there.
No, okay, see, now we're talking about superhero movies. That's its entire different genre. Now, for granted, it is considered, I guess you could say, classified as action, but I prefer to hold superhero movies in their own genre. If we're going to talk about superhero movies based either off of comics or whatever, if it's basically a superhero, I feel that should be its own entire genre. Because it wouldn't be fair for other action movies, you know what I mean? And I can give you a list right now of action movies, even back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, that were truly action movies. In my opinion, I feel like those back then were really good action movies.
I feel like superhero kind of is that one genre breaking kind of thing too. Because I mean, it's really a combination of things. It can be mystery, it could be fantasy, science fiction, or
science fiction. Okay, I'll give you that one. Yes, it could be science fiction.
yeah, it's
Correct.
a whole amalgamation of things. So that's why I just threw it that instead of saying, it's a superhero movie, I just threw it under action.
If we were to just do that and just combine it and say, no, there's no such thing as a superhero genre, then that would be way, way too hard for me. So I would prefer to keep that its own genre. Maybe for another recording, maybe. But
Is he not a superhero? I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Who?
John Wick.
Oh, there's so much. There's a lot of talk about that because with the latest movie that came out, a couple of reviews I've seen on YouTube, some people said that, to say it, to put this more in a PG way, they said that a lot of stuff that had happened in the fourth film was silly. And we'll just put it that way. I won't say anything else, but they did say it was just silly. Now, for granted, it is just a movie, but some of the things that had happened in the movie, hell, even going all the way back to the first movie, I guess you could consider as there's a lot of silly things. But yeah, I definitely would say John Wick, which is crazy. Because like I told you before, when I remember the first time I saw the trailer and kind of heard about it, I shook my head and I was just, really disappointed, especially with Keanu Reeves. And I'm like, man, really? It's a movie about a guy getting revenge for somebody who killed his dog. And I scoffed at it. I laughed. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, really? And after watching it, fell in love with it. I'm like, oh, wow, there's so much more to it than just, oh, somebody just killed my dog. Now I'm just going to go out there and get revenge. No. There's so much more meaning to it. And it obviously turned into not one, not two, but 4 films. And I have yet to go see it. And I will. And unfortunately, Grin has never seen a single John Wick movie. Boo this man. Boo!
I almost saw the last one.
You would have ruined it. What was the whole point?
Is it a continuation?
Yes, absolutely. You have to watch it from the beginning. But yes, John Wick, at the moment, takes the number 1 spot. That is my favorite movie. Kingsman is very close behind it. I liked it. can't say that so much for the second one. It was kind of but the prequel was actually really good as well.
The prequel to Kingsman?
Yes.
Huh. I don't even know what Kingsman is.
Think of like it's a witty James Bond film, if you will.
When did it come out? Do you know off the top of your head?
Kingsman, The Secret Service came out in 2014. And then the sequel came out in 2017. And then they made a prequel. I believe it's a prequel, and I could be wrong about this, but I believe the prequel to the two films that originally came out was called The King's Man. And that one came out in 21. They were all good, but I didn't really care that much for the second one. The second one was kind of But I would probably have to say in order, I'd probably have to go with the first one, then the prequel, and then the second one. But like I said, John Wick takes the number one spot. Now, I laughed earlier because when you said that you did not like the Fast and the Furious, or there's some of them that you like, but there's a majority that you don't like whatsoever. I actually am on board with you. I agree. That's why I laugh, because it's funny that you said that, because the movies I don't like are also the Fast and the Furious films. Sorry, guys. I have to agree with him.
Sorry, fam.
The difference, though, is that the only one that I liked was the first one.
The Fast and Furious.
The second to the very last one, no. In fact, I don't remember. I feel like the last one I saw was either the fourth or fifth one. I think that was the last one. One of those two movies were the last ones I saw. I don't want to say it was the fourth one, because after the fourth one, I was just like, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. I'm so done with this. And I never watched any of the other films.
Fast and Furious.
Yes, The Fast and the Furious.
That's the first one.
Yes, that's the only one that I like.
These fucking
Too Fast, Too Furious, and all the other ones, no. I just can't. No way.
It's good that we agreed on something.
I know, right? I think is that a first?
I think so, yeah.
Yay!
So comedy was my next genre that I picked. I feel like, everybody's sense of comedy is super different. I had trouble picking this one, actually, once again, because I couldn't really pick of one that I could just like consistently watch and be like, oh yeah, that's still funny, So I went ahead and I scanned a couple of lists. I found this one editorial by a guy named Alex Vo on Rotten Tomatoes about the 150 most essential comedies. And I was scrolling them for a while, and I started seeing like perfect 100 scores, and I was like, oh my god, this must be like some of the funniest shit ever around, right? So I go back, and it's like for all these comedies that come out in the 40s, and it's like, oh, it's not like a perfect score because everybody's like, yeah, this is the best thing ever. It's because these critics want to be the only ones who, these critics are the only ones who would actively go back and watch a movie from the 40s and be like, yeah, that was so fucking amazing, dude. Charlie Chaplin is my fucking man. And I haven't seen these movies, so I could be talking out of my ass. These could be the fucking funniest fucking movies in the world. But yeah, these 100% one's called Philadelphia Story. Have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
It came out in like the 40s, and apparently it's a classic romantic comedy about some Philadelphia chick who split from her husband due to his drinking and his overly demanding nature. She's gonna get married to a wealthy person, and she crosses paths with some other guy and some reporter, and she's unclear about her feelings for like all these three guys. So she has to decide who she really loves. There's also Sullivan's Travels, which came out in 41 with 100% as well, with people calling it masterpiece.
Okay, so don't mean to cut you off. Are these movies you've seen, or are you just going off of a list? Because that's the whole thing is.
Like I said,
it has to be something.
You fucking. So I'm saying I'm having trouble figuring out comedy, right? I don't know what my favorite would be. So I checked out this list to see what, people were ranking as 100%. And all of these are like from the 40s with their percentages inflated because, like I said before, I feel like critics would be the only ones that would go back and watch something from the 40s and be like, "Oh man, this is comedy gold right here. This is the genius that might be, Charlie
True.
Chaplin."
So he's saying all these old heads are like, no, these new movies suck. Let's go back to the 40s. Those are when it was funny.
Or like, yeah, these like astute fucking critics like, "Oh, you haven't seen Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times? Huh, huh, how absurd." But I finally I kept scrolling down and finally I found something that I've seen. Groundhog Day, starring
Oh my
Robin
god.
Williams and definitely not Bill Murray. That one's sitting at a 94%, which is fair, I guess you could say. It was a pretty funny one. But there's a lot of movies I haven't seen that are definitely like on the list that I want to watch. I haven't seen Airplane, but I heard that one was funny. I haven't seen.
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
What is it called? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I heard that one's pretty good too. Young Frankenstein. But these are all the ones that I found like consistently people are really like, yeah, you gotta watch that one. But for me, I used to say, Pineapple Express was one of my favorites. But I haven't seen it in a long, long time. Although, I think I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna say Pineapple Express. It's either that or Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's pretty up there too.
Oh. So why though? How does that hold a special place in your heart?
Oh man, it was just, I don't know, it's so nostalgic. I remember watching it with my buddies and we were just like, this is the funniest shit ever. We were little kids. We weren't little kids, but we were younger back then. There's like this scene where they're at the breakfast and the guy's like, he's all beat up and he's all fucked up. He's just dying in his breakfast. He's like slowly just dying. And I don't know why. That was just so fucking funny. Forgetting Sarah Marshall's it's just hilarious too.
That one I'd probably give you. I'd probably, if it was me, if those were the only two films that were given to me, like, okay, you gotta pick one of these two comedy movies. Which one do you like more? Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I would definitely take at number one. If that was the case, because I did like that movie. That movie was really funny.
It's just so many like little moments. So they got that part with the Jonah Hill too. He's like, "Oh, well, I'll go fuck myself then." And I guess he did that in that other movie too, where he's like a little kid. What is that movie called? With McLovin. Super
Bad.
Yeah, Super Bad.
I feel like that was only in Super Bad, or did he really do that?
Fuck
And
me then, it's just something like that.
I'm surprised he didn't say that one.
Nah, I never got into Super Bad.
Wow.
Everybody was like, "Yeah, dude, you love Super Bad, you love it," and I was like, I never really got it.
You watched it or no?
Yeah, I watched
you did.
it.
Okay, but you just didn't really get okay. Because I feel like it's kind of on the same level as Pineapple Express. That's just my opinion, though.
I feel like it's one of those movies, kind of like Napoleon Dynamite or Borat, where like some people are like, "Yes, this is everything," and everybody and like some other people are just like, "No, I don't get it at all."
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite, it had its moments, but like overall, I was just kind of like, eh. It was still it was a funny film, but I don't know. The llama. Yeah, what he named her.
Lord.
Vote for Pedro.
Yeah. You vote for me. All your wildest dreams can come true. That's all. Okay, and now to my most hated comedy.
Oh,
I kind
boy.
of put two, in case, because I was trying to bend the rule here.
Oh, you bending rules? No.
It's a comedy and it's a drama, because once again, it's kind of hard to define genres, but it's a comedy drama. And I've said it before, but I fucking hate this movie with a passion. The Family Stone, bro. I hate this stupid fucking wannabe
Family
Christmas
Stone?
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay, this is not Christmas. This is not a Christmas episode.
I've already talked about the Family Stone, so I'll mention this other one that I didn't like. I don't even know if it's a comedy now that I really think about it. I think it was trying to be, but I didn't like. It's not funny to me. It was not funny at all. But have you
Did I
ever
lose you?
heard of Funny People?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I think we have some technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen.
A few moments later.
Okay.
And we're back.
So like I was saying, fuck fuck the Family Stone. Terrible movie. But I already talked about how much I hate that movie. So instead, I'm going to say, and I feel like this other movie wasn't even a comedy, but have you ever heard of Funny People?
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember it though.
I fucking hated this movie.
Why?
So back then, I didn't really watch movies too much. Like I still kind of do now, but it was a whole thing to get to the theater,
Right.
and I was a little kid. We didn't have a car. It's not like we could just drive to go to the theater. We always had to get like permission. So on the rare occasion that we do go, we want to watch something good. And my friend, he was super obsessed with I guess you could say Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen and all of them. So when Funny People comes out, it's like, oh yeah, it's Adam Sandler, it's Seth Rogen, it's some other funny person. Like it has all these comedians in it, right? And he's like, oh, we gotta watch this, we gotta watch this. So we go, and nothing about it. I don't remember anything about it being funny. I don't remember laughing a single time. It's like the most depressing thing. It was like, it's not like
Oh yeah.
it's like Adam Sandler is in a sense kind of playing himself. He's like doing all these shitty fucking movies that are like Jack and Jill basically. I remember this one. It's a little baby and it's got his head on it and he's like,
Lord.
he's doing the funny scream, right? That Adam Sandler always does. And like apparently he gets cancer and he's like so sad about this, and like Seth Rogen's all there and he's like, oh, cheer up, man. And it's just like so unfunny. It ends with him like not getting cancer, and it's just that's all I remember. He doesn't get cancer and he's like, oh, I guess I can go back to making shitty movies, I guess. I really can't remember. That's it. That's all I got from that movie. I was expecting a lot more, but like, man, dude. And like thinking back on it now, it's like, I guess I didn't make the connection back then, but it's so obvious that Adam Sandler is kind of, in a sense, playing himself. He's over there, he's all sad and he's depressed and he's shitting out these like fake bullshit movies just so he can go on vacation and stuff. And then in reality, he's doing that anyway. Man. I felt like comedies were kind of in a weird place, you know? I feel like in the 2000s, maybe the early 2010s, there was just tons of comedies made. Some of them are, they're okay. They kind of stand the test of times, while others definitely feel like they were crapped out to make a quick buck. And, well, I wanted to have a little gold or mold section with Coco here. I know how much you love lists, so I got you a fat list of 31 movies. And I want you to tell me if they are gold, according to you, or if they are mold, also according to you.
So only gold or mold. There's no in between.
Right. And this is 100% your opinion. You can think whatever you want.
Oh, that's going to be hard. I see.
It's not, it's not anything super groundbreaking. It's just, the 2000s, early 2010s. Some are good. Some are definitely not good.
I would definitely say send me this list. If there's a URL, send me the list so I can go down the list with you so I can see it for myself.
This is a specially curated
You
list.
wrote the list. Okay. All right.
Are you ready?
Right. Okay.
Just gold or mold, okay?
Let's begin.
Scary movie.
Okay, so you're just talking about the first one, right? No.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I asked
It's the first
because
one.
you
Scary
got to
movie.
realize there's a lot of scary movies.
I
But
am
if you're
aware.
talking about the first one, gold. Absolutely gold.
Role models.
That one's tough because I feel like I'll put that in kind of in between, honestly.
There's no in between. Gold or mold.
I know that, but the thing is, it is not pure gold. It is not pure mold, though. That's the thing with me with that movie. It was It wasn't shitty. It wasn't funny. It had its funny moments. Don't get me wrong. It was just
What do you think, guys? Should we give him a pass?
I think we should have an in there.
He wants an
That
he
one-
wants
that
an easy
one-
way out. He
That's
doesn't
not an
want a
easy
smasher
way
pass.
out,
He
though.
wants
That's-
maybe a
Because
little
now you're
peck
gonna
on the
hold me to it
cheek.
though. Because then you'll be like, "Oh, you thought that was funny," and I'm gonna be turn around one day and be like,
It's
"Oh no, it
supposed
was
to be
shit.
a lightning
It was
round.
utter
Gold or
shit."
mold?
No, it had its moments. I will say that. Now there are movies that are just pure shit.
Do you want me to flip a coin for you?
All right, fine. Gold, I guess.
Ding, ding, ding. He loves it. Favorite movie ever.
See,
Superbad.
yeah, exactly
Superbad.
that bullshit.
Gold or mold?
Mold or mold?
Mold or mold?
Is that what you
Super
said?
bad.
Super bad. Gold.
Gold?
To me, my opinion, gold.
Step Brothers.
Gold. As much
Ooh.
as Will
Dodgeball.
Ferrell. Yeah, Will Ferrell he has his movies, but there's a lot of movies of his that I just don't like. It's very repetitive. Him and that other guy.
Dodgeball.
Gold.
Juno.
To me,
Remember Juno?
mold. Yeah, I remember Juno, but
Bruno.
gold.
Bruno?
Yes.
Epic movie.
Mold.
Borat.
Didn't you just say Borat? What was the one before Epic?
Bruno.
Movie? Oh.
Do you remember Bruno? Hi, my name is Bruno. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
Bruno
going
is
back
different.
to Bruno. Sorry, I thought it was. I don't know what was going through my head at that time when you were mentioning about Bruno. Bruno mold.
Bruno mold, but Borat gold.
Yes.
Knocked up.
At the time when it first came out, I thought it was funny, gold, and then I watched it again at some point recently or within like the past couple of years, and yeah, mold.
Meet the Spartans.
Definite mold.
Superhero movie.
Mold.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I'll have to give it a pass. Gold, I guess.
Ooh. White Chicks.
I mean, that's a classic. It's all gold. Yeah.
I really didn't want to mention Freddy Got Fingered, but Freddy Got Fingered.
I don't think I saw that one.
Ooh. Okay.
Hold on a second.
Then-
Let me see. Freddy got fingered. Oh, mold.
Son of the Mask.
Definite mold. Is there something worse than mold? Because that one is just, it should not even exist.
Damn, he hates Son of the Mask.
This is the
Date
worst
movie.
piece of shit movie. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Date movie.
Mold.
Norbit.
Mold.
The Love Guru.
Love Guru. Is that Adam Sandler?
That's
Or I'm thinking another one.
that's a Mike Myers. I think.
Oh, I remember that. Mold.
Zoolander.
Oh, yet again. Mold.
Ooh, Tropic Thunder.
Come on now. Really? Gold.
Disaster movie.
Mold.
Home Alone 4.
Seriously? You really you brought that up in one of our other episodes. You know how I feel about that.
He loves it. He's got a tattoo of it.
Mold.
Scary Movie 4.
Mold.
Scary Movie 3.
Mold.
Scary Movie 2.
Gold.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Gold.
Little Man. This one might be a little obscure.
That one. Oh, isn't that with like one of the Wayne brothers? And he was like
Yeah.
voicing the baby or something like that.
Yeah, he's like a
I
short
saw
guy.
bits and pieces of it. I never quite saw it, so that one has to be skipped since I'd never watched the movie entirely.
Master of Disguise. Remember this one?
Isn't it the guy where he's just like a turtle and he's in a turtle?
Yes.
turtle? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah,
part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie.
That's the only part I remember too. But I would probably say gold, maybe.
Oh my goodness. Zombieland.
Oh, come on now, gold.
The Hangover.
The Hangover. Oh, yeah, gold.
And I don't remember if the sequels came out in that time period, but that's 31, guys.
Mm.
Yay! Way to go.
I wonder if it's what my ratio is.
I'm sure we can have the stats pulled up right here.
Possibly.
So why don't you go ahead and tell me about your favorite comedy?
See, now that we get into that part of it, that's as you were talking about yours, I was kind of scrolling through a list of my own as well that I'm looking at. And I've come across so many classics, so many good films. And it's really, really, really hard to choose. It really is, because I love comedy movies a lot. And I could easily choose movies that came out in the 90s that I grew up with, especially with Adam Sandler when he was in his prime.
Sad. Like, as soon as you said 90s, all I thought was Adam Sandler.
It wasn't just strictly him. There were a lot of movies that came out, especially with Adam Sandler. I mean, he was just comedy gold, like in the 90s. He really was. And there's a big list of movies that he came out in. But yet again, at the moment, and it's funny that it was a movie we were talking about earlier. At the moment, I would have to say, huh?
Is it Funny People?
No, not at all. That one's just depressing. It really is. But in fact, I'm not sure. Is that intended to be funny, or is that supposed to be more of a drama movie? You know what I mean? But at the moment, I would have to say my favorite movie at this time is Waiting, which you definitely have to see. And it's crazy that you haven't seen it. We definitely have to sit down and watch it. But yes, Waiting is it's funny as hell. And that's just my opinion. I love that movie. There's so many comedy movies that I love watching that I could sit and watch over and over. And it's great.
Dane Cook.
So it's not quite a relative or a friend. I don't remember exactly who it was. All I know is that there was this individual. They worked at an establishment. We'll just call it that. And they were dealing with this table of customers who were being complete assholes. They were weird about the way they wanted different knives, right? Or they wanted two different kind of bread knives, one to cut the bread and then the other to smear the butter on, right? Really odd, but they were being complete assholes about it. So they apologized, went in the back to get another bread knife. And, for a lot of workers, if they walk around a lot, you get sweaty and all that, right? They'd shave. They took the knife, rubbed all their sweat like in their thigh area, right? They rubbed the knife all over the inside, right? You got all the sweat on the knife, and then gave the knife to the table. Like, here you go. Here's an extra knife that you asked for. I do apologize.
Was that the Dane Cook character?
No, the Dane Cook character did other stuff, but you have to watch it. So, but yeah, Waiting definitely at the moment. That takes the number one spot. Now, as far as a movie that I do not like, and I just could never get into it. In fact, I remember not even finishing the movie.
Oh my God.
It was that bad to me. It was, to me, I didn't like it. I don't know what it was. I know a lot of people will hate me for this, and a lot of people
controversial opinion
love this movie.
Uh-oh.
Quite possibly. Drum roll, please. And that movie is Zoolander.
The most hated?
I just could not. I don't know what again, strong word. Wouldn't say hated, but a movie I just don't like. There's a lot of movies I don't like, but if I was to really put one on the spotlight at the moment, it's Zoolander. I just couldn't get into it. Just not for me. It really isn't. Mm-mm. And I know, I feel like they made a sequel, I think.
They did.
And I don't think it did that well. I could be
No, it
wrong.
didn't.
Yeah, exactly. See what I mean? Yeah. So, and I know they did some kind of like Super Bowl commercial, I think. They kind of poke fun at it or something like that. Or I'm not sure if it was supposed to be some sort of teaser to like a third installment. I really don't know.
Oh, God.
But yeah. Mm-mm.
I remember the Popcorners commercial.
I think it was like a Pepsi commercial. It was like this past Super Bowl. Maybe. I could be entirely wrong, but I feel like it did come out. But I was just like, oh, God, really?
Who's that? Ben Stiller, right?
Yes. And I think Will Ferrell was in it too.
Isn't that like... Oh, man. What's his name? Owen Williams? Isn't that it?
Who?
That guy who always goes, wow.
Oh, Owen Wilson.
There you go.
Wow.
Is he in it too?
I believe so, actually. Yeah,
I always
yeah.
see that meme and I'm like, oh, I guess he's like a
Wow.
big antagonist or something.
Wow. I like Owen Wilson. He's cool.
He used to be everywhere for a while too, now that I think about it. And now I can't think of one thing that he's been in.
God,
other than
the
Zoolander.
very first movie I remember seeing Owen Wilson in was Anaconda.
He was in Anaconda?
Yes, that was the very first movie. And I could be wrong. There might be some other movie. I might have to look at his IMDb page and find out all, like, what was his very first movie from, his very first movie all the way up until Anaconda to see if there were any other movies I might have seen that he might have been in that I just forgot about. But I do remember distinctly watching Anaconda at some point later on when I got older, and I was like, oh, damn, that is Owen Wilson. Okay, cool. Because at the time, I felt like he was just, some nobody, and I was only a kid watching these movies and whatnot, right? But, as you got older and you start watching other movies that these actors are in and how popular they are, and then you go back to watch some of the movies they've been in before, when you look at their IMDb page, you're like, holy shit, they were in that movie? No way. And then you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, damn, that was him or that was her. That's crazy. You have me wanting to go and see exactly. Wow. Because he's in Loki.
Cars?
He's in Loki.
He's in Loki?
Yes, the TV show.
Really?
Fucking amazing TV show. But now we're going into little rants here and whatnot, right?
Cars. He's in Cars, right?
Yeah.
McQueen?
Lightning McQueen. Man. Okay, so oh wow. So he was also in The Cable Guy. I remember The Cable Guy. And then
Cable Guy?
Yeah, and then he came out in Anaconda. Robin's Date. Oh my God. Now I gotta watch The Cable Guy. Oh, that's right. He was that. Okay, I guess he played like some rando, some date or whatever. I vaguely remember The Cable Guy. But then after Anaconda, he had another big role, which was a good movie in my opinion, Armageddon.
Oh.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies, but the wife, I remember showing her that movie. We watched that movie together and she thought it was the dumbest movie ever. I laughed. She was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, well, obviously you watch it now. I mean, yeah, the graphics and a lot of other things, it seems stupid. But at the time in 98, when the movie came out, it was amazing. I still feel like it's a really good film. I still like Armageddon. But yeah, those are like the two biggest movies I remember Owen Wilson being in.
Anaconda. I remember watching that one as a kid, but I don't remember like what even happens. I just remember the big fucking snake.
Yeah, I know. Jennifer Lopez was in it. Ice Cube was in it.
Oh, what the fuck, for real?
Yeah.
J-Lo and Ice Cube?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I was with Tremors, too. I don't remember much about what happened, but the giant fucking snake thing.
Oh, God, Tremors. See, now we're going to go into, like, other genres now. Now we're going to go into, like, horror. That should be for, like, another time.
Yeah, I feel like he had like a period where he was just like in every single movie. I felt like
It might have felt like that. Yeah, he might have had some small
kind of.
roles.
I feel like Seth Rogen had a period like that, and who's that other guy? Will Ferrell had a period like that.
True, true.
Definitely Adam Sandler had a period like that.
So, and that's the thing. Your beloved, whoever the hell that other guy is, that also is, I guess, good friends with Will Ferrell.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name at the moment.
Because you always send me those stupid gifs of him. Your favorite TV show that you feel is like the greatest thing, better than any other TV show out there.
Okay, there's a lot of words to be put in somewhere. John C. Reilly.
Yeah. It seems like they do the same thing every single time, every single movie that they've done together. I think the last one they did, it was sort of like damn it, what's the name of that damn
Sherlock Holmes?
There you go, Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I think that was the last movie they did together, and I could be wrong, but they got a lot of crap for that because a lot of people were bored. And they're like, it's the same routine over and over. Like, do something new, do something different. Like, we know y'all are funny, but damn, it gets old after a while. Like, okay, it was funny the first, second, maybe third time, but now it's just it's repetitive. Like, come on. And it's like, it's nothing. It is not to bash even others like Adam Sandler, because I feel like that's kind of what happened with him, and I could be entirely wrong. Again, I'm just going off of other videos and stuff I've read online. Of course, we all know, like back in the '90s and in his height, it was so good. All his movies were funny, but then it's like he had the same routine, doing the same jokes and same thing over and over and over as years went by, decades went by, and you're just kind of sitting there like, okay, yeah, that might have been funny back in the '90s, but come on now. But he kind of did a twist, not really a twist, but he kind of branched off into other movies, taking like other roles and not being his, funny self, silly self and all that. He took serious roles, and apparently he did great. I haven't had a chance to see those movies, but I really should.
Who are you talking about? Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler. Mm-hmm.
I heard he was really good in Uncut Gems.
That's the one. Yes.
I keep getting recommended that.
I still need to see that movie, but absolutely.
Maybe we should have an Adam Sandler podcast.
That would be cool. Yeah. Have a podcast about every single actor.
Dang it. Okay. Yeah, I definitely had one more genre if you want to get into this one too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I really like psychological thrillers.
Ooh.
I think they're pretty interesting. I think it's a whole new level of fear. But when I think about it, I can't really think of too many films. There's like American Psycho, there's Blair Witch, giving you a fat list. There's Misery, there's Wicker Man. These are all ones that I want to see. There's Get Out, Cabin in the Woods, and Lighthouse. I heard about this one on Monday, but it's called Mother with an exclamation point. One of my coworkers was just randomly talking about it. He was like, yeah, there's a lot of symbolism in it. There's this one scene that just really fucked with me, and I'm just sitting here thinking about it right now. Just wondering if you guys ever seen it. I've never heard of it. But that's on the list now. Mother is up there. Have you seen Hereditary?
That's a horror film. How is that? I mean, it's a psychological thriller. I mean, there's so many genres tied into that, yes, but I would really put that specifically just in like the horror genre, because that movie was fucking freaky as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I would have to say, like, I haven't seen that. I never saw that movie until recently, or not really recently. Wow, God, where the hell was I? I feel like I was in. And I remember watching that because I was watching. I got through watching through so many movies to the point where I was like, okay, I've seen these movies over and over again. I'm like, I need to watch something new. So I saw that movie when I was at that place, and
spoilers, because like I said, it's on
no,
the list.
No, yeah. And you haven't seen it?
No.
Bro, that freaked me the fuck out. There were some really freaky ass scenes in that movie. And the thing is, you know how I love scary movies. And it's been so long, not that many scary movies that have come out. They're just not that scary. You've laughed at Insidious, which is funny. The little red demon dude just.
Oh man, it's so I could almost see him now. He's right there. Of course you can see him now. You stupid fucking.
Oh man, that's funny. The way he's.
So stupid.
So yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, because to me, when I watch Insidious, like it had some good jump scares in my opinion, but overall the movie wasn't really that scary. I was like, okay, this movie's stupid. And then all the sequels just sucked, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done with the series. I'm done with not Poltergeist, but you know what I mean, like Poltergeist type movies. Yeah. What's some other ones? Demonic possession movies and stuff like that. Like it's just not scary anymore. It's like, okay, all right, we get it. Yeah, it's been done like 10,000 times. All right, whatever. Hereditary though, god damn, that is such a fucking twisted ass film, dude. You definitely have to see that one.
Oh boy.
It's freaky. I'd recommend, yeah, stay in your room, close your door, turn the lights off, watch it.
Take my pants off, take the cock out.
I mean, damn. I mean, if you get off to that, then hey, I guess. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's on HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and I have all three.
Nice. I got Amazon Prime. I should be able to watch it there.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to buy it, because I know there's some movies that are on Prime that are, even though if you have a subscription, they'll still make you pay. Maybe that's new movies, I guess. I don't know.
I think out of all the psychological horrors which I've seen, which is not a lot, mind you, my favorite has got to be The Shining.
The Shining. Wow.
Which is crazy, because the first time I watched it, I absolutely hated this movie. I thought it was so stupid. I was like, why is everybody so freaked out? And then I watch it again, and you start like paying attention to all the other little things, and you're like, oh, okay. It starts building up. I think Stanley Kubrick did a good job with that movie. Unfortunately, like I said before, I haven't really seen a whole lot of psychological thrillers. But according to Evans Romano of Mental.com, they're saying that the new It is a psychological horror. So I'm taking the easy route out, and I'm saying that's going to be my least like one. Even though I still love It. And the new one was great, but that'll be my least like psychological horror.
Okay, are you saying horror or thriller?
Or thriller. He also said, oh wait, no, that's right. That wasn't it. He also said that the U.S. Ring is a psychological thriller as well. That one I'm putting on my most hated with quotation marks. Even though I like the Ring, the U.S. Ring. The Japanese one I feel like was better. But that would be my most hated one.
We're talking about like all these psychological films, and it it makes me think of one particular movie. I've seen both versions. I've seen, and as soon as I might, depending on the next few things I say, it might tick off. It might clue you in exactly what movie I'm about to say. I've seen the Korean version and the American version of this one movie, and it's such a fucked up film. I still can't believe the person who told me about this back then. I hate them for it. But have you ever heard of Old Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that is a twisted ass film. Oh my god, that movie is so fucked up.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, I've seen both versions. I've seen the Korean version, and then I've seen the American version. Now, obviously, my opinion, I like the Korean version better.
That's on the list. I haven't seen Old Boy, but I've seen parts of it. Like my roommate was watching it one time, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." So I walked out because I didn't want to watch the rest of it. Right? I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Old boy. Huh. And you said the Korean version was, in your opinion, better?
Yes.
And what about your least liked?
I guess you could tie in M. Night Shyamalan's
Sixth Sense?
oh, come on now. That one's gold. That, I think, wasn't that his first film? Yeah, that was his first film. His first breakthrough.
His break, yeah.
Yeah, and that was an amazing movie. Again, my opinion. Most of his movies, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I would have to say a lot of his, either a lot or pretty much every one of his films are basically psychological thrillers. I know your favorite is Signs.
Is it? I don't remember watching that movie.
But yeah, I would say, yeah, for me though, is a movie I don't like. So at the time, at the moment, I know I'm just going to have to pick one. Like, I would actually have to sit down and comb through and try to find a movie that I've seen, a psychological thriller that I just did not like, truly did not like. But at the moment, if I really had to choose at the moment right now, it would have to be The Village. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Yeah. It had a good build-up, as usual. You know how his movies are. It has a great build-up. Like, the first 30, 40 minutes of the film is always pretty cool, you know. It builds it up. You're on the edge of your seat. And then once it gets to the peak and everything afterwards, it falls apart. And you're like, what the fuck is this? I know for the wife, she hated Signs. I'm not sure if she hated it, but she laughed at it. She didn't really like it at all. She thought it was a spoof of alien movies. She was like, "Are they making fun of aliens?" She was like, "I'm so confused." And she told me that she just laughed at the rest of the film. She was like, "This is ridiculous."
The only thing I know about Signs is what I've seen in Scary Movie 3.
Oh God! Wait a minute.
Charlie
You
Sheen.
haven't really seen it either?
No.
Oh my God! You've definitely been hiding underneath a rock.
I don't watch movies. But Scary Movie 3 was pretty funny.
No, it was not. No.
I like the part where he bashes the alien's head off and he's like, their weakness is their heads. And he reloads the shovel too.
Doesn't he like
Breakfast
pee out of
Lunch.
his fingers? And they're like, how do you greet each other? And the alien had the finger in his mouth, Charlie Sheen's mouth.
Yeah. And this is how we
This is how we pee, and this is also how we greet
Like,
people.
Taps his finger. How do you say goodbye?
Yeah, I definitely would have to say that. Yeah, I would, again, at the moment, The Village. That could easily change, but
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan. I feel like, yeah, you're saying he definitely does make a lot of psychological thrillers.
he does. Now, there was another one that he recently made.
That
I
was pretty good.
think it was called
Was that old?
Old. Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that, and I would have to say it was okay. Like it's like a slow comeback of his. I actually liked it. Wasn't the best, but I liked it more than most of his films. So, you know, of course, when I remember watching the trailer before the movie came out, and I just rolled my eyes thinking like, man, this guy just needs to give up. Just please give up. But I think it did. I feel like it did well, and I could be wrong, but I don't know, because as I'm like going through this huge list
Of your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies. And you keep getting stuck on After Earth.
Oh no, please stop. And it's kind of crazy because you would think another great psychological thriller, Get Out. That was actually really good.
Was that M. Night Shyamalan?
No.
Shyamalama Ding Dong? Was that, who was that? But I heard, yeah, that was a good one too. That's on the list. I think I might have
Yeah,
said that.
Jordan Peele.
There you go, yeah. I think that guy's funny.
Yeah, I think that was his first film he directed. I could be wrong, but I think it was.
Really?
And it did phenomenal. It was a really,
Yeah.
really good psychological film.
People still talk about
And
it.
then not the sequel, but the second movie he directed, Us, that also
Us.
was good. Not as good as Get Out, but it was close.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
And then the last one he did was that Alien one. Nope, which I haven't seen.
Nope.
Yeah, and I think it stands for something that like NOPE stands for whatever.
Never open packages everywhere.
So apparently, Old on the audience score only got a 53%.
Oof.
And I thought it was okay. Like I said, it was better. I feel like it was better than his other films, but yeah. So if anything, I got like a 5 out of 10.
Did he make that one like? There's like one about some kid and it's like water or something like that. I think it has like Oprah in it too, right?
Oprah?
Is that him, or am I thinking of something completely different?
There was one he did, and it was called like The Lady in the Water or something like that.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think that was one of his. And there were like a bunch of people that were like in a apartment complex of some kind, and they had a community pool or something.
Maybe it wasn't Oprah. But I heard that one's not too good.
No, it's not. It really isn't. You'd waste your time.
Have you seen Knock at the Cabin? That's apparently his newest one. Came out this year.
Oh, it has that wrestler in it, Batista, right?
Maybe.
I think so. And they were like, y'all been chosen. Like either you die or the rest of the world dies, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, but Batista's in it, yeah. And it's got Rupert Grint. That's Ron. Who else? Have you seen it?
I have not.
Huh. I don't know. I googled M. Night Shyamalan movies, and that was the most recent one that came out.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers for it, but is it out?
I think so.
It's
got scores already, but then again, it might just be critic early access.
If it has audience score, then it's probably out already. What's the score?
It's got a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And the audience score is 64.
I wish you would have watched a little bit more movies. But again, I know how you are. You're just not the type of person who likes you're picky. You're picky about the movies you want to watch if it's interesting to you.
Okay.
Like I just that's how it feels. You know, I can sit here and recommend a movie and you're just like, "Oh, okay." But it's like, are you really going to watch it? Or are you going to be like, "No, I don't want to watch it." Like, "Oh, okay." Like I can recommend a ton of movies to you and either you might pick and choose or you just won't watch any of them because you just don't like watching many movies, like you said.
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment.
It's not a lot of commitment. You make it seem like it is. We're not asking you to marry the movie.
Well, let's put it this way. I kind of, on a whim, wanted to go see John Wick 4.
But you have to watch.
It would have been like, what, an hour and 40 minutes commitment? But
no,
as Coco just said,
is it an hour 40?
I have to watch the other ones.
John Wick
So
4 is actually like 2 hours, I think.
Let's just say they're 1 hour then. I would have to watch 4 hours, or I'd have to pre-watch 3 hours worth of films just to go watch this other one.
Honestly, you would because it all ties in. And if you were to watch this, apparently it's the last installment of the entire franchise.
I heard that it did so well that they might do another one.
Oh, fuck me. So if they...
I also heard it beat the fuck out of Shazam too.
I think anything would beat the fuck out of Shazam too. That was such
Shazam fans.
I know. Like, honestly, I feel like the first one did pretty well. I liked the first one. I think it did well enough. And unfortunately, you know, Henry Cavill, I think his name is, Superman. No longer Superman. Yeah, that was pretty devastating.
I saw like little to no marketing for Shazam 2.
Same.
I mean, like,
same.
I'm not out there actively looking for ads and shit, but like, you know, through osmosis, they still leak in there.
You'll hear it on social media. It might be all over social media. For God's sake, TikTok would had a whole bunch of stuff on it. Facebook.
Do you remember the fucking Lorax, dude? Remember when that shit came out and it was fucking everywhere?
Lorax?
They were slapping that orange motherfucker on like car commercials and cereals and fucking party plates.
That seems like legit, you were actively looking for Lorax.
No,
I do not remember that. No. You must have been
Comment down
daydreaming.
below if you remember all the fucking Lorax ads. Tell me the most obscure one. If it's a Lorax fleshlight, you know. But yeah, I didn't see anything for Shazam 2. I didn't even know it was coming out until I saw that. I told you about that one post on Reddit. The guy's like, yeah, Shazam 2 comes out next week, and I thought I was going to find a seat, but there's only like 4 people who bought a ticket on opening night.
But no, yeah, if you really are interested in watching 4, you definitely do have to see the first 3, because I have them. I have the first 3 movies, and I don't know when, but I kind of want to see it before I leave.
Before you go on vacation?
Before I go on vacation, exactly. Yeah, you'll definitely have to watch all 3, because I'd like to go and see it. And it kind of made me mad, kind of, but not really, that a certain somebody went to go see it. But I think he took somebody else with him.
Why does that make you mad?
And I'm just kind of sitting here like, oh, I wanted to. If you were gonna go see it, I was gonna go see it with you, but I was like, all right, you probably have other plans. And I'm like, all right, so it is what it is. What it is. You know, I can't be too mad about that. So, and recently he asked me, so you gonna go see it? And I was like, well, yeah, I do, but I'm not gonna pay like $30 just to go pay for 2 seats to go sit in VIP.
Oh, right.
Right? I am not gonna do the public thing ever again.
Did we tell them what happened last time?
No, we didn't.
Oh, man.
Okay, so me and God, who was it? Oh, yeah. It was one of our friends. So me and one of my friends went to go see the latest Ant-Man movie. And knowing me, I'm a huge Marvel fan. And I was excited and scared at the same time to see this new Ant-Man movie, to see, okay, God, is this going to be really good, or is this going to suck? Is this going to be like the first film of the new phase that's just going to start off on a really bad start? You know, who knows? Like, he already went in like already just mind made up thinking, okay, this movie's going to suck. But anyways, we're sitting in the movie, we're watching it, and it was great. My friend decides to sleep at the beginning of the movie. I'm sitting there watching it, and then it got to a quiet part, and I hear a very low, just little snore. I looked over, he was passed out. I'm just like, God damn it. But I had this guy on my right side that kept trying to talk to me. Now, don't get me wrong. There was like maybe 1 or 2 times he said something that was either funny, or I was like, oh, wow, yeah, you're kind of right. But damn it, man, shut the hell up and let me watch the movie. He's like, oh, bro, that was so funny. Oh, it's like, cool story, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. Just watch the damn movie.
So, man, nobody's talking to
Nobody's talking to you. Oh, Jesus. It might not have been as bad as having a kid fart on you, like what happened to you, but damn it, man, just shut the hell up. Enjoy the movie. Just
Forever. It's going to be forever VIP now.
No, it really is. I'm sorry, but I like that. You know, it's sectioned off, you and your date, or, you know, friend or whoever. And that's
Whoever
it.
You're spooning with.
Whoever you're spooning with, like we did when we went to go see the Batman.
Yeah. We took that other couple's spot.
That was funny. And then
They were like, it's okay. You guys can sit there.
And they thought we were a couple. That was funny. That was crazy, though, for like a seat at the very front, like literally the very front. It wasn't that bad because we got to lay down, which was really cool. As opposed to just like sitting in a chair and having to look up and straining your neck.
It's something about not having to get up to get like food or drinks.
Exactly.
That's always my thing.
Exactly.
Just press the button, that guy comes. And,
Yep. Hey, can I take your order? Like, yeah, I can have another beer. All right, cool. Thanks.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, absolutely VIP from here on out. Is it like $30 or $35 or whatever? Yeah, but you know what? Screw it. It's totally worth it. And this is only at, depending on the theater. I'm not going to say which theater we went to, you know, give away where we are, where we live.
But we will say that part.
We will say
just
that
to tease you a little bit.
Yeah. If you know, you know. But if your local theater has a VIP or some sort of special section where it's all like, I guess, sectioned off or whatever, and it's going to be a little bit more pricey, but totally worth it.
Definitely worth it. No farting kids. I mean, there could no.
No,
It's
no.
18 and plus. Yeah.
Yes.
There's no farting kids.
Nope.
100% guaranteed.
100%. So much better. But again, if we sit on the couch, like I could be the one farting on you, you know.
Yeah. You had to sit over there. I'm gonna buy my own, couch.
All right. If that's it, then that's gonna do it for this episode. So if you're still interested, then be sure to smash that like button. Also,
If
you're still interested, exactly. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn on all notifications so you won't miss any of our uploads. Well, depending on how many uploads we do.
Yeah, they're pretty rare.
You can also leave us a comment if there's something else you would like us to talk about in future episodes. So, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you should also comment, how Coco's wrong. Lorax was everywhere.
Bullshit.
The orange demon.
The orange
Voiced
turd.
by Danny DeVito.
Oh, Lord. All right, everybody. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.